Hey guys, man, this will be a last video I post for a while. Last update video I post for a while. Uh, for like the last month before my court hearing for my disability hearing, that was like a Monday, I think, or Tuesday. Um, that whole month I was extremely sick, like my nerves, everything. Uh, I don't want to go into too much detail, but you know what I mean. I guess my nervous system was just shot. In lieu of that, uh, my the refill dates on my medications are weird because like the if you pick it up on the 20th, but they don't get the PA until like the 21st, and then it's ready on the 22nd. They go by the date that you pick it up being the 22nd, when it was the month previous it was refilled by the 20th, which means they got the PA on the 19th. If you don't know what a PA is, it's anything that's a controlled substance or anything that you can't get over the counter requires a PA, like a psych med. Like I take Concerta, I used to take Adderall, I take gabapentin, I take hydrocodone. Those types of things are need a PA. I think even my Vibrant and Lamictal for the bipolar needs it as well. Hopefully y'all can hear me. It really, really hurts to talk. I haven't had to go to the ER in like 2 years, 3 years, but um, I'm still some days out from. Uh, well, my pain medicine was supposed to been filled by now, but because of the days staggering, um, it's not gonna be ready for another, like, I don't know how long, 3 or 4 days or something. Uh, and my neighbor luckily uh, he has some gabapentin that they had given him for some stuff he had, and it's only 300 milligram, but he given it to me. Uh, and my mom was a extreme alcoholic, and I like drinking, but I hate being drunk or hate getting to the point of being drunk. And my option right now is either to get drunk or go to the hospital. There's another option, but that's not a good option. So that's not a that's not a concern. But uh, at the same time, I wouldn't blame anybody that has what I have if they did that, because that's why it's called the suicide pain. That's literally why. Um, the the infographic show on the YouTube channel, they have like the worst pains in the world, uh, diseases. I need to message the person, but a guy basically said his girlfriend's had it forever, and no medication, no nothing works for her at all. So I'm wondering how the fuck is she alive? Like I want to like FaceTime these people because it's only 10 out of a quarter of a million people a year that get it. And I moved back home in 2015. My wreck was in 2016. I had the early onset symptoms in the middle of 2016ish for the trigeminal neuralgia. So it's basically been almost 10 years. And I'll put the link in the video for it. But the only reason I don't sound like the video that when I didn't know I had the disease. The only reason I don't sound like I do in that video is because I do, well, I don't really know. I mean, I can honestly say that medically speaking, well, every way really, um, it's just my own opinion, my own feeling, but I'm definitely the most pain tolerant and resilient person in the world alive, straight up. Because I had a leg fixator where you had to twist the knob things to stretch your leg out while you're awake. Most of y'all probably just don't even understand what I just said. But like that's some like Saw shit, some medieval shit. Like, what do you mean stretch your bone out while you're awake? They can't do it. They can't just stretch your leg out when you're in surgery. Like, no, that's not a leg. That's not a height procedure to make you taller. You're you have to force the bone to grow out manually. It's called an Elizarov. Doctors and nurses annoy me. Y'all always call it a leg fixator. It's like that's not what it's called. That's an apparatus, yeah, an apparatus that is termed as a fixator because it fixes onto the leg. But the doctor that came up with the surgery, his last name is Elizarov. So use the right terminology, please. It's really fucking annoying. You don't give credit to the person that created the thing to help people. And almost died from a Crohn's attack where my micro perforations were opened up in my stomach and blood was spread into my organs. And anybody that has Crohn's, it's kind of like if someone pours molten lava into your stomach and then like someone like spins you around like a ball, like they do like a bowling ball with a basketball down the whole park on the concrete and it's just rolling and then all that lava. That's what Crohn's feels like. And at least well when it's flaring up when you don't know you have Crohn's till it flares up, just like with the neuralgia. Any chronic pain you don't know you have it until you have it. But and then because of the leg surgery, I had to have a blood transfusion. And I think I had to have a blood transfusion from the Crohn's too. Um, I've had a scope thing that goes up your member to check for like cancer or something like that while you're awake, and just crazy stuff. And obviously my brain surgeries. The first one was a craniotomy. Uh, so I just have the highest level of pain tolerance you can have, but I kind of wish I didn't, so I would just drop dead. I mean, death is more, not suicide, there's a difference, but death is more forgiving and more preferable to what I have. There's a woman I always think about when I was a teenager. I've always liked true crime and medical shows, and this woman said her head was hurting so bad that she just wanted to get something to knock her out for a few days so she wouldn't wake up. And I was like, yeah, the only thing it would be is trigeminal neuralgia, because this is nerve pain in your trigeminal nerve, which is the most painful nerve to have pain in your body, and it's attached directly to your brain, your brain stem area, or your brain, like right here. And so the pain travels like that. Uh, can't really think that clearly right now. Uh, and there's type 1 and 2, and just like with my bipolar, I have type 1, so you have the ups and then you have the downs, but with type 2 bipolar, you just have the downs. And with the neuralgia, I guess type 1's in the medical field is worse, but the type 1 is basically your pain amplifies, like Goku and Vegeta when they go Super Saiyan, like their hair turns from black to yellow, and they just get stronger and stronger. Uh, that's exactly what it feels like right now, like 24/7. And even when I take the painkillers and the nerve medicine and all that, it might still only be barely tolerable. It just depends. Um, Another issue I'm having is that I'd had a doctor for years, and the other pain clinic was just like, they were just like terrible. And so I switched to a new one, and the new doctor I had, Dr. Wang, I had her for like 4 or 5 years or something. And then one day they got bought out by some company randomly, and she had me on 5 hydrocodone a day and 4 gabapentin a day. But then some asshole doctor came in there that I didn't even know who the fuck this guy was. And he's like, "You're taking too much medication, so I'm gonna change it from 5 to 4 hydrocodone." And I was like, "It's like you're not my doctor. Like, where is my doctor? I made my appointment with Dr. Wang, not with you." And then I don't really get mad at people like that, but if it's something serious like this and you're just like being ridiculous, like he was like yelling and shit. It's like, bro, look, we're in America, man. I don't know. I think like a lot of, in my experience, he's the only Indian doctor I've really had that's really been an asshole. So it's probably just him. But some of y'all gotta understand, when you go to another country, you need to be considerate of the way that people interact with others in other countries. So the way he was talking to me might have been okay back where he's from, but we don't do that here in America. You know what I'm saying? Most Americans aren't going to tolerate a mean doctor or nurse. We'll just ask for a new one, and that'll be it. And you might get a bad review. I don't really do reviews too much. So then they didn't accept my insurance, so I had to get a third pain clinic doctor. So I did. So I go there, and he's like, "Yeah, here we only give 3 painkillers or 90 a month, and this and that." And so basically, I legitimately needed the 5. I mean, obviously, and the 4 gabapentin. And now he's basically put me back down to 3 gabapentin a day and 3 hydrocodone a day. But what y'all don't understand in the medical field is that this is not like this isn't even a broken back. This isn't like this is the worst level of pain you can ever have outside of being tortured. Like literally. If you go and watch like the most fucked up thing you can watch right now on a gore site, that's how my head feels right now. But we're talking about some shit that is not even gonna happen to you. You see what I mean? So that's the severity of it. Um, but I just knew for some reason, it's just really weird that I watched that story about that woman, and then he gave her some stuff intravenously, and it stopped her pain, but then she died. So I'm glad that she's not in pain anymore, because if you think of like Hellraiser from Pinhead from Hellraiser with all the pins in his head, well, if you imagine like a million of those anywhere in your body, like in a nerve, and they're just in there and they're just going like that, like a million little daggers or swords, that's what it feels like. And that's what I have to deal with every day. And not only physically, but mentally. And at this point, God's not healing it. I don't know why. So I know God. This isn't God punished me or nothing. God didn't do this. The woman did. The woman that caused the wreck did. But I was hoping to have all the surgeries and get better and get back to work. I worked since I was 5, like mowing lawns and stuff. I had my own business and selling all types of stuff when I was a kid. So I can't really interact with my cats too much because I'm in so much pain. And I'm probably gonna have to go to the ER tonight, most likely. Uh, so I'm gonna have to leave him. But Joker keeps trying to make me feel better and keeps trying to lay by my head, which he can't do because I can't have any pressure on the left side of my head. And so I got to keep pushing him off literally because he's so aggressive. And if he touches the side of my head, it's gonna, like, I might have a fucking stroke or something because the pain is so intense. But um, but I'll find that infographic video of the one of them is a calcifying. It's like your bones break and they get harder and they become like stone or something. But that's not. That's just a bizarre thing. Um, it is one of the most painful, yeah, but it's not present 24/7 like mine is. If I had the type 2, I could definitely probably work, most likely, because you can get ADA accommodations at work and have like intermittent privileges as needed for pain and stuff like that. Um, so basically, it'll go from Super Saiyan 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6. So the higher you go, the more you don't want to live. And you're just like, wow, well, if I drop dead today, that would be just fine. Don't have no desire to want to die, but like I said, um, your body can only tolerate so much pain, y'all. Y'all gotta understand what I'm talking. If you're not really listening to what I'm saying, you're just gonna say some retarded shit. Like y'all hear, especially me being Christian, you're like, people say, oh, they're Christian, they're suicide, they're a quitter, they gave up, they killed themselves, they're in hell. That's what they deserve. And then I stop and wonder, like, well, damn, how many people have committed suicide that have what I have, you know? And you can also have it in both nerves. I only have it in my left one, thank God. My baby. I know. I love her. You pretty girl. And I've had my GoFundMe up to try to get to enough money to get the experimental stuff in Texas, but uh, that's all out of pocket, and I'm nowhere near having that much money. So I was hoping within a couple of years or within a year, whatever, I could raise money for it, but it hasn't happened. So that's my only option to get better is to get experimental stuff because my oncologist, Dr. Wu, at the Brown Cancer Center, refused to try another time with the radiation with the gamma knife surgery because it'll it's like a 99% chance it'll make my head feel like it's on fire. Then they got to give me medicine for that, and then they have to do a surgery on my brainstem to fix the problem with my face being on fire, on top of the nerve pain in my head. So, and your trigeminal nerve controls the sensation, the feeling, the function, um, the movement of your left and your right side of your like the microfibers. There's like a tributary of three paths and they all converge into one where your nerve meets here. And so when they're traveling through, they can get blocked up on top of the. Usually, it's a blood vessel pinching on the nerve, and that's where the pain comes in. And hey, buddy. And so it's just not working out, man. Like, fuck money and all that shit and whatever. I'm just trying to live through the fucking day, and it's not going good. Everything I've done is just not working. So my main concern is my cats, but and my lawyer said that it'll probably be a month or two before they give a decision, and then another month or two after they, if they, if they would before they send the check out or whatever, the back payment, the front payment, pay my lawyer and to pay me. I'm just tired, man. I can't do any more than what I've done. Sometimes you just gotta let it go. If you know you got a health problem that's serious and you've done everything you can do and it's not working, there ain't no shame in that. At least you tried. You know, some of us just don't make it through. And like my case, when you've literally done every, and that's what the guy said about his girlfriend, that they've done every surgery and everything. And my doctor told me the same thing, that I'm the worst uh, patient he's ever had with trigeminal neuralgia, because he's never seen someone have 6 surgeries and not have any improvement at all. Absolutely zero. Didn't reduce my pain, didn't stop the length of it, didn't stop for like a year or two or even a day or a week. Absolutely nothing. And then the left side of my head is like 20% numb permanently and a little bit more numb than that on other parts. And when I brush my teeth on the left side, especially my lower side teeth, it feels like I'm brushing my teeth with razor blades. And then talking is the most painful thing to do. I forgot to mention that. Spitting, chewing, swallowing, eating, whistling, closing your lips, opening your mouth, grinding your teeth, anything. All head function goes through both of those nerves. And um, yeah, I mean, so when you're someone like me and you've had all these insane health problems and you've dealt with like extremely horrible pain, I don't know. I don't even know. I don't even know what to say anymore. Like I just I feel like the world's fucking with me or something. I don't know. I just don't really give a fuck anymore. I mean, I do, but I don't. You know, most days I wish I just have a heart attack and die. Honestly, because I just know that it's there's nothing that can be done. I don't have the money to get experimental surgery, so I have no chance of getting better. I'm asking God to help, and He's not doing anything. So I tried that, and pain medication is just a band aid. I don't want to take none of this shit. I just want to get better and get off of all the medicine, the pain medicine, but I can't because it's not getting better. It's just getting worse. And this isn't even talking about my mental health stuff. Like, mentally, I don't even want to take my medicine. Like, especially my bipolar medicine. It's just like, I don't know. I just, I've been done. I've been over this. I've been over life a long time ago, just as far as like, it's hard to explain. I'm not suicidal or nothing. I'm just saying that, like, nobody wants to be in horrible pain 24/7. That's not a way to live. This is my point. Nobody should have to live like that. So I mean, unless God wants to do something, He's gonna have to make up His mind soon because uh, probably gonna end up homeless because of finances. Financially, I can't get ahead. Health wise, I'm getting worse. Mentally, I'm getting worse, and it's all stemming from pain. And then I can barely move or get around. So this is kind of like some retard's gonna come on here and say like, oh, just do this or you look fine or this or that. It's like, yeah, you're the type of dumbass that doesn't go to read someone's profile on a dating app and you don't even know their name or if they have kids or not or if they're like cats or dogs because you didn't even read it. You just assume. That's why you're a retard. Retards assume shit. People that actually have a brain cell that use one of their brain cells that God gave us, you actually ask a fucking question. It takes 1 second to ask a question. And then when you go, if they do decide to use a brain cell, and they go to my GoFundMe and they see all my stuff and like, oh yeah, everything he's saying is adding up, and there's the medical documents and this and that, and then other people that he knows and this and that. You see what I mean? So there's a lot of dumbass people in America that just assume, they don't think. This is the truth. They just get on a video just to say some stupid shit. I could give a fuck less about that. I've had plenty of people say that I look fine or this or that, you know. But the facts are the facts and the records are there, you know. I'm not just calling some random person that's like, hey, act like a secretary, act like a lawyer, make up a lawyer name. Let's fake and go to the fucking American government federal building to go to a Social Security disability hearing. Let's cosplay. Let's make up a whole fucking movie about how he's lying. It's like, what the fuck are you people talking about? Like, just stay in your house. Just don't pay your internet bill and just stay in the house and get some fucking common sense, please. Because clearly you don't have any. Like, I don't understand why people are so fucking stupid. Because all you're doing is you're you're insulting the people that really go through real shit. And it's like telling somebody that's a paraplegic, like, oh, well, just get up and walk. You look tough. You're a big guy. Like, motherfucker, do you not know what paraplegic means? Are you fucking stupid? Clearly you are. You know. But when people say stuff like that about when people are talking about real shit, oh, that's like saying, oh yeah, your kid was murdered. Just have another one. You can have another one. Like what? Why do we got to the point where we just minimize every goddamn thing and act like we can just like get past it that fucking easy? I don't think y'all, most of y'all type of people, y'all ain't really been through adversity. Y'all ain't been through shit yet. Y'all haven't been. God hasn't tested y'all yet. Because once you truly been come out the fire through the other end, then you'll have appreciation and you'll be humble. A lot of y'all just ain't humble. You're just arrogant and prideful. That's your problem. I ain't wishing bad on nobody, but some of y'all gonna have to learn shit the hard way because the stupid shit that y'all be saying that affects people. It really does. It don't affect me. I've been through everything in life, so there's nothing you can say that I ain't already been through. Because going through it and just saying this shit is not the same thing. It hits totally different. Um, but I'm sure as fuck not gonna let you talk crazy to somebody that it does affect and they can't speak for themselves because they can't handle it. Well, I can handle it. You see what I mean? So the bottom line is, when it comes to health stuff, if somebody is having a serious issue, believe them until they give you a reason not to. Some people are hypochondriacs, some people are attention getters. But when it comes to pain, you can tell if somebody's in pain or not. Like, people all the time tell me, they're like, oh, you look like you're in a lot of pain. It's like, oh, I'm fucking, I can't tell. I guess I am. That's what you say I am. But I have a notice from my landlord. It's I think it's dated the 12th of this month. Yeah, said I had 30 days to pay the 30 days to pay the 870 from the date that I got it. It's in the mailbox. I don't have my car, or normally I put my mail in my car in my trunk, but my car's at my aunt's house. Well, that's another thing. I've been bleeding money having to take a list and stuff, and uh, I got about like $300, $350 or something. But now I got to go get alcohol because I don't have any medicine. Um, and then I'm probably gonna have to go to the hospital tonight. So I'm just bleeding money. It's just falling apart, man. Either it's all coming together or it's all falling apart. I don't really know. All I know is that I'm getting worse, and there ain't no help. There ain't no nothing. It's the middle of winter. I don't have a car. I don't have my health. My dad used to say, if you got your health, son, you got everything. Well, I've had extreme health problems my entire life, and this is just like a very torturous. Anybody that's ever had health problems their entire life and it just gets worse and worse, or like a steady level of the same type of problems, like you have atrophy in your leg and then your arm and in your neck, something like that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I guess there's a movie on Amazon called Pain Warriors. I watched that. There's a little, I think, a little redhead boy that had really bad pain, and he would just go in his room and cry. And I'm just like, what the fuck is this, God? Like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, what is the, what fucking point is this serving, man? Like seriously, like, what the fuck are we doing here? So we off ourselves so we're not in pain, but we try to get help from you from other ways, but nothing happens. So what are we? What's the point? You know what I'm saying? Like, what really is the fucking point of any of this? Just for me to make a video and be like, oh yeah, he's real strong and that's inspiring. Like fuck all of that. That's cool and stuff, but like, you're not the one dealing with the shit. Like, mental pain and physical pain are two different things, but physical pain hurts a lot more while it's happening. You know, but it's almost March, so my March rent's gonna be due, so it's pretty much like $2,000 or something with the late fees. So that's kind of what I'm looking at for that. But I can't even try to get donations for that because I'm too preoccupied with trying to just survive through the day with my pain, and it's just a vicious cycle, man. It's I don't even know why I bother anymore. I mean, I love my cats and everything more than anything. I never leave them, never will. But this isn't gonna end well the rate that I'm going. I'm gonna end up dying early from the stress on my body. You know, pain takes a toll on your body, and when you're having extreme pain, when you're trying to rest, your body's not resting. Your body cannot hit REM sleep while you're in pain because the pain wakes you up. So if you don't hit REM sleep, that means you're not actually resting. The only way you really rest and get recharged is if you go into REM sleep. I don't know if y'all know that. That's why they're always asking you so many questions about your sleep pattern and pain and how many times do you wake up and does this medication help? Does that medication help? That's exactly why. this point, I pretty much just have to block my mom out of my mind because March is the worst month for me. And my birthday is March the 6th. My mom's is March the 16th, and my grandma's March the 26th. And so this is a perpetual cycle of hell that I'm stuck in, that there's no reprieve or anything. And the worst feeling in the world is to go through all this health stuff just alone, not even just my physical health, not the mental health. Go through all this stuff alone and then fail as you're trying your best. And then the mental stuff, and the suicide attempts, and all these other things. And I watched that movie, The Burning Bed, with Farrah Fawcett. Uh, that was very tame compared to what me and my mom went through from my dad, but uh, it was like a 1 out of a 10, if that makes sense. But, people like me don't deserve this kind of shit, and God knows that, and I'm not blaming God. I'm just saying, like, a little bit of help would be, you know, some of the surgery work or a miracle healing or something. Like, you kind of get to a point like, okay, well, I've done everything. I prayed every way. I've taken every medicine. I've done everything I can do. So I guess if I can't get better, death would be more preferable. Because this is just literal suffering all the time. And I can't not think about the pain because it's literally always there. And not only is it always there, but it amplifies itself, like I've been trying to tell you. You know, it does not go down in intensity. It just goes up and up and up and up and up and up, and eventually you just gotta jump off a bridge. It's that fucking simple. I mean, it's literally that simple. It's that bad, and it's that simple at the same time. And I've had this for almost 10 years now. And that's not even counting the post-op pain from the surgery. The post-op pains from the surgery was on a level that you can't even comprehend. I really don't know how I lived through that, to be honest with you. I really don't. There's not even like the 10 out of 10 scale shit. The shit's at like a million out of a million, bro. That's suicide territory for anybody. I don't give a fuck what you believe, who you love, whatever the fuck. I don't give a fuck who you are. It's that bad, and you don't know those things uh, until you have them. So if you're gonna have a craniotomy or a radio ablation or a balloon rhizotomy, um, you really should talk to me before you do because you may not be alive at, after you have the surgery because you may not be able to handle the pain. So, I just want to die whenever I die and go be with my mom in heaven with the Lord. Thank the Lord for everything, and I know my mom's right there behind him, and I'm good. But going out like this is not it's not a good feeling. Because whether I get my rent paid or not, my health problem is still always there. Until I get approved for disability, my financial problems are still always there. You know, I have enough donations to get my rent paid, but not my car fixed, right? But then because I wasn't able to pay my insurance, it took me like 5 years to get my insurance rate from like $400 a month for full coverage to like 180, and I got that, and then I had enough money to pay my rent, so I had to let the car insurance go, and the same with my renter's insurance since I've been here in 2016, so I have no renter's insurance. You see what I mean? It's just like I'm getting fucked from every direction. Like if I can do one thing, I can't do the other thing, and that kind of stress is this shit'll drive you crazy. Like I'm really the toughest, most resilient, not toughest, but I'm the most resilient mentally and physically as far as surgeries and pain tolerance in the world. There's maybe 1,000 of us out there, including the people that have what I have and the other things that you'll see on them videos. But most of y'all don't know what real pain is. Like get your Get somebody to put their pressure point on this wrist and hold it down. Tell them to press this, tell them to do it to where it hurts or until it hurts, and then press and see how long you can tolerate that. Probably not more than 3 seconds, right? So just imagine that 24/7, but every time someone presses it, every time they press it, it hurts worse and worse and worse. You see what I mean? Well, eventually you want to cut your hand off, right? Exactly my point. So I'm telling you the reality of what I have. I'm not saying, you know, suicidal ideation and suicidal plans are different things. Everybody has suicidal thoughts. Like, oh, I'd rather just, I wish I didn't wake up today. That's a passive. You're passively suicidal if that's what you think. There's more people suicidal than people realize. There's people that want to try to get shot by the cops to do suicide by cop. You see what I mean? When someone does commit suicide, you should ask, well, why did that happen? Do they have any health issues? Do they have mental health or physical health or spiritual health? Do they have, like, what was you know, sometimes people break up with their girlfriend and blow their head off. Yeah, that happens. But sometimes they have what I have and they can't take the pain anymore. So how can you blame somebody for a disease that they didn't ask for that they just end up getting? You see what I mean? A lot of y'all need to have a fucking heart, man. Because a lot of y'all don't. Like, a lot of y'all say all this shit about love and family and you're compassionate and have empathy and sympathy, but you really don't. Because if you did, you wouldn't come on people's videos and say ignorant shit, you know. Like, oh, yeah, they're better without them, you know. Everybody deserves a chance to redeem themselves, you know, no matter who you are. Because I've lied before and you've lied before. That's why the Lord says, judge and be not judged. Let the first man without sin cast the first stone. So whoever hasn't said a cuss word on this video, leave a comment. Said, I've never cussed a day in my life. I never lied a day in my life. I'll wait. That's right, can't none of y'all do it. Because we all do the same shit. So you should have empathy. But you don't. Because you ain't got no heart. The Lord said in the last days, people's hearts will turn to stone. And a lot of y'all got some stone hearts. So y'all need to get back to a soft heart for the Lord. And start treating people going through real shit with a little bit more fucking respect and compassion. And maybe we wouldn't be killing ourselves out here and killing each other. And that's real. Because the more you talk to somebody, you'll end up having a lot more in common with them than you realize. But yet you think that you're going to hate this person because they're different from you or what the fuck ever. Or you think they're lying about something and then they prove that they're telling the truth. And you're like, oh yeah, that happened to me too. See? My point is, God puts people in your path for a reason. There ain't nothing random. The devil puts people in your path for a reason. But I'm a child of God. I'm a man of God, and I keep shit real. And it's just like that. There's the bald dude that talks about prison stuff. The Viking something. I'll leave his video thing in the comments. Uh, Fuck, I can't take my gun with me to the hospital. I was gonna bring it too. See, I'm sorry. I'm not used to not having my car, man. Fuck. I guess I'll get some fireballs and see if I can tolerate the pain. And I might just wait to go to the ER later today. I can get like a gabapentin and a hydrocodone. Fuck, man. Y'all don't understand how this feels, man. I wish I could like in the Green Mile when he shows the guard what that Billy the Kid guy did to those girls, and that he didn't kill him. John Coffey didn't kill him. Uh, I wish I could just hold your hand and make you experience and feel everything I felt, and then you know why I talk with the tone that I do, because it's life's been that hard for me and my mom and a lot of other people. There's a lot of us that go through really bad stuff. You just pray to God that somehow you get through it, but you can look at a situation and then just see like, yeah, this isn't looking good, you know. It's a systemic problem. Like it's not like, oh, a year or two. It's like I'm fucking 35. I was born 3 months premature. I was in the NICU for 6 months, and then I had a heart murmur, and then I had a breathing uh, thing and a heart thing the other 6 months of the first year of my life, and every single year I've had serious health problems every single year. There's not been a year in my life where I haven't had a major health problem. So I don't know, man. But I don't have. I'll try to be live if I can be. I'm not gonna really talk too much. Uh, I'll type on the. I'll type right there on the iPad. If y'all do want to talk, just talk on there. I'm gonna try to hang in there as long as I can, and then I'll just go to the hospital until I can't take it anymore. And then I gotta work. It's just like, man, I'm so fucked. I don't get it, man. Anybody that's going through stuff like what I'm going through, just hang in there, man. Because I know there's people that have killed themselves from legitimate things that God understands. He's gonna have mercy because there was a guy that needed to get a tooth taken out and he didn't do it, and he went fishing out in Alaska in the middle of nowhere with no people around, and then see then I take all this medication and I'm drinking alcohol. I'm not supposed to be doing that, but I don't have a choice. Uh, oh jeez, I got chills. But his tooth was like root canal hurting or something or whatever, and he was out there for like a week or two, and then they found him out there. He shot himself in the head because he couldn't take the pain. You know, that's and that's a fucking week or two, y'all. We're talking about 10 fucking years. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all, I don't think y'all would be hearing what I'm saying when I be talking. 10 years of this shit every day, 24/7, 365, 365, 24 fucking 7. And homie couldn't he couldn't tolerate the pain for a week or two. So imagine how it is for I've had it for 10 years. I know people have had it for 40. A lady left a comment on my video and says she can only all she can eat is like mashed potatoes now. Literally. That like there's literally all that she can eat is that. Even the air pressure or temperature change or like the little dust things that come out the like in here, if it comes over on here, it's that sensitive, y'all. That's why I'm always going like that with Joker because he likes to be in my face because he's a love bug, and he'll he'll put his paws on my head and he'll grab my face real hard, and it hurts like Freddy Krueger claws in my whole side of my head and my brain and everywhere. Because like when you have the pain, it's the entire head, the left or right side, and then if it goes to like Super Saiyan God level pain, It'll start from your left side, and it'll go to the whole head. So it's like you got like a million swords and daggers just stabbing into your nerves in your head is what it feels like. Um, but then some of you stupid fucking doctors will come in and be like, "Oh no, you're not in any pain. Here's a Tylenol." You know, go fuck yourself. If I shoot you with a fucking bow and arrow, and you got three arrows in your in your in your uh, in your chest, no, you didn't do it. Or if you got three axes in your, you got one there, like one in the shoulder, one in the shoulders, two in the shoulder, like one in each shoulder, and like in the neck. You're like, oh my gosh, let's get them some morphine and da da da. But when someone says that they have extreme nerve pain in their back or head or whatever, and you just think that they're not a drug addict, you know, as a doctor, you're supposed to treat the symptoms, right? Regardless of what you think. Because, see, again, you're assuming. And it's ironic it's called a Hippocratic Oath because most doctors are fucking hypocrites when it comes to helping people with pain. Now, with me, they know me. My doctor gave me the hydrocodone at the ER, which they never do because he knew how bad my pain was. And with my mom's history, he said, I know my history with your mom, and these are very addictive, and, you know, be careful. And, you know, he treated me with respect and with dignity, like you should, you know. But a lot of doctors aren't like him. And again, he gave me a prescription to start my painkillers in 2016 for hydrocodone at the ER, which they don't do that. And then he gave me a referral to the pain clinic. So it wasn't just like he was just giving me like, oh, here's 30 days, and I hope you live after that. Like, no, he set me up for success. So, you know, God bless him. But like, to go to the ER and be in extreme pain and get treated like you're some type of fucking drug addict, demon, raper, killer, robber, murder man or woman is fucking insane. You're legitimately in pain, and people, they just like, oh no, I don't believe you. It's time to start suing them motherfuckers and making them quit doing that shit because, you know, you're supposed to help the patient regardless. You know, period. And I've been through all that drug addict shit and everything, and alcoholism and the pain medications and all this stuff with my mom. She was on everything. She was even on crack and other shit I didn't know about. So, you know, I've been through all that shit. But my mom had stage 4 colon cancer and this and that, all these other things. So, yeah, she had extremely serious pain problems and stuff too. So, but, you know, at the moment, if you don't have access to pain medication or a pharmacy or a doctor or health insurance or whatever, most people will drink or do something because they want to live. They don't want to fucking off themselves or, you know, the pain's too bad and they have a heart attack or something. You know, we're just trying to fucking survive, man. That's all we're trying to do. And we got stupid ass people in this world that will say all that shit, but then when the same thing that happened to me or someone else happens to them, then they got all the compassion in the world. God doesn't like that. God don't like when you put his people that are really suffering, you know, the lame, the sick. You know, the Lord is closest to the brokenhearted. So y'all need to, the next time y'all get on somebody's thing, and I've been cussing and stuff, and I'm sorry about that, God, but all the shit that you say on anybody's video or anybody in person, you're going to answer to God for that, whether you think that's true or not. So, just remember that. But regardless of if I, you know, I'm around much longer or whatever, I just don't know how much my body can physically take, is what I mean. But regardless, I thank God for today and every day. Uh, and I thank God for everything. So, Jesus is my best homie, and everything home is just it's just where it's just temporary. I just paid my internet bill and I got to pay my phone bill too. But just do the best you can do with your health issues, man. Whether you're homeless or not or whatever. I mean, I was trying to set up life insurance for my cats, but I haven't been able to do that either. Because if something did happen to them, I don't even have a place for them to go. So it's like they're my number one priority. As long as they're okay, I'm good. I'm dead and gone, they're fine. I could care less about being dead. I'm good. I'll be with the Lord anyway, but, they're still going to be here. Um, so I need to find a place for them. Uh, but that, again, costs money to have the insurance and all that. It's just, you know, and, playing my games and everything it takes my mind off of stuff and it helps me. I like interacting with people and stuff like that, but, you know, that's really all I can do is just be in front of the camera, you know. And my scoliosis and my degenerative disc disease in my back, I can't sit or stand up for too long. That's why I'm always getting moving around. And I go through this aspirin stuff like it's nothing. I got to buy another one of these. See, I'm just bleeding money, y'all. Just trying to not be in pain. Anyways, I guess that's it. Um, I'm gonna upload this video and then I'll put the links I was talking about. I'll update it on my computer from my phone. And it's about $2,000 I owe for my rent. So if anybody wants to help with that, you can. I'll put the links in the thing for that. I did want to thank all the new subscribers and followers. It's kind of weird here on the PlayStation. Um, longest longest ellipse 3 and 2 other players. Yeah, it doesn't tell the other person's name. That's weird. Oh, Bag Chaser Tay wanted to play. Are they online? Let me see if they're online. I know, buddy. Yeah, I don't think he is on. But, I don't know, man. I say the same shit to people so much all the time. It's always the same thing, but it's just like, hopefully some of what that stuff says about since my disease is so rare that it might help other people that have what I have, or, um, you have nerve pain if you feel like you want to cut that part of your body off. That's how you know. If it feels like you have a sword or a dagger or a spear in your body part, that's nerve pain 100%. 100%. So you go on there and say, I'm having severe nerve pain. Um, you know, carbamazepine and gabapentin work for that. You know, that's basically what you would do. But with carbamazepine, it makes you extremely drowsy. The gabapentin for me doesn't affect me at all. It helps a lot with the nerve pain. And when the pain is too intense, the hydrocodone will kill the pain, so they go together. So, um, shit. So yeah. And if you do want to start getting on pain medication, depending on the state you live in, if weed is not legal, you got to stop smoking. Otherwise, if you fail your test, you won't be able to get the medication. That's how it is here in Kentucky. Well, I guess that's it for now. And yeah, all right.